Hey there, race fans. Welcome to another edition of This Week in the Valley. I'm your host, Matt Noonan. Well, we've had another round of racetrack openings and another weekend of big races. The OVDTR cameras had a chance to get out to several races this past weekend. Here's a look at the highlights. Thursday night, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Motor Speedway kicked off its season with a visit from the NDRL late models and modifieds. In the modified main event, Steve Dixon and Bart Hartman would lead the field to the green flag. The Bartman would use his outside pole position to jump ahead to an early lead and widen the margin over Jacob Hawkins and J.E. Stouter. But heartbreak for Hawkins. After running strong for much of the early race, something goes wrong on his car, and he has to call it in early night. Speaking of things going wrong on the car, Bart Hartman has trouble on the restart. Look at him back up right there. Enter Steve Dixon on the outside. He catapults into the race lead. For Hartman, whatever the problem was, it would get worse, and he would not finish the race. Other front runners would experience problems as well as J.E. Stouter blows a tire and collects a number of cars, including Brian Hutchko and Kenny Johnson. Late in the race, Dixon would continue to drive away from the rest of the field. He takes the win by a huge margin, winning the NDRL event at Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. We'll move ahead to Saturday night, where Skyline Speedway hosted its season opener. Zach Dome and Jeremy Berwanger lead a great field of late models down to the green flag in the feature. The early going of this one would be a battle of the black cars, as Dome would feel some heavy pressure from Tyler Carpenter. Carpenter able to get a fender up alongside. Looks like he's ready to take the lead, but look out, a slow car up ahead. Robbie Bostic gets sideways. Carpenter has to take evasive action, and that allows Dome to go back ahead into the lead. Carpenter, though, would start to back up as he would struggle to find a handle on Skyline's slick surface. That allowed Ricky Williams to move up alongside to take the number 2 spot. And behind that battle, Freddie Carpenter would start to assert himself up in the top 5. We mentioned that Tyler Carpenter had been struggling to find a handle on the slick surface. Well, he found it as he was able to get back up and around Ricky Williams to reclaim the runner-up spot. But this night would belong to Zach Dome, as the West Virginia driver would drive away from the rest of the field and take the checkered flag on Skyline Speedway's opening. Then in the modified A-Main, we'd see all kinds of action. Jess Hartman and J.P. Roberts lead the field to the green flag. Hartman jumps out to the early lead, but he'd feel a stiff challenge from Roberts on the inside, and there would be great racing through the field in this one, as they would be 2 and 3 wide throughout the field. Roberts takes the lead, but Hartman battles back on the outside as he retakes the top spot. But then chaos would ensue on a later restart. Take a look at the left side of your screen as Hartman and Roberts get together on the inside, and it collects 6 race cars, and we had a mess on our hands in turn number 3. Race officials determined that the incident was not Hartman's fault, so they put him back up at the front of the field. But on the restart, Matt Holcomb just rockets to the inside off of turn number 4. He takes the lead of the race, but the lead changes wouldn't end there. Colt Maxwell does the same thing a few laps later as he takes the lead on the inside. And look out, Holcomb goes around in turns 1 and 2 on what was a very slick surface at Skyline Speedway here on opening night. On the restart, Hartman, it looked like he had been fading earlier, but he jumps out to the inside, gets up alongside your race leader Maxwell. He takes the lead of the race. His cars would scramble left and right behind, and Jess Hartman would power away from the rest of the field in a great feature that had several lead changes, but Jess Hartman takes the checkered flag in this one. Now it's time to take a look at our OVDTR winners from the past week. A lot of big races this past weekend in the Valley and plenty more coming up this weekend. They're calling it Friday Night Lights at Tyler County Speedway. And coming up next, Cody Watson will stop by to tell us about the big event coming up this Friday. That's next on This Week in the Valley. Friday, April 18th will be history in the making at Tyler County Speedway. For the first time ever, it's Friday Night Lights. Friday Night Lights. In the first big show of the season, the Bullring welcomes the Renegades of Dirt for their Ohio Valley opener. $2,000 to win in a battle of the best modifieds in the region. But that's not all. The Fast Track Northeast late models will also be in the house for a $1,500 to win special. General admission tickets are just $15. Pit pass is only $35. For more information, visit TylerCountySpeedwayOnline.com. Two great series, one unforgettable night. Be there April 18th for Friday Night Lights at Tyler County Speedway. It's time to drop the green flag on the 2014 racing season at Beckley Motor Speedway. Be there Saturday, April 25th for the Gold Rush. The Gold Rush. Super late models will race 30 laps for $2,000. $2,000. But that's not all. Crates and modifieds will also have 30-lap main events. General admission tickets are just $12 and pit passes only $25. Don't miss the Gold Rush, Saturday, April 25th at Beckley Motor Speedway. Welcome back to This Week in the Valley. Well, Tyler County Speedway through the years has been known as a Saturday night racetrack, but this week the Bullring is going to try something new in an event they're calling Friday Night Lights. Cody Watson from Tyler County Speedway joins us now. Cody, you're calling it Friday Night Lights. Both the Renegades of Dirt and the Fast Track Northeast late models will be in the house. Should be a good show for you guys this Friday night.
Yeah, this Friday night we'll have the Fast Track Northeast touring at Tyler County Speedway. For the first time in the season. They'll go for $1,500 to win, and the Renegades of Dirt will be there for their Ohio Valley opener. It's $2,000 to win. A lot of good cars planning on running on both tours, so we're looking forward to a packed pit area. We had a great crowd for our opener, so we hope that everyone will come back and join us for this history-making Friday Night Lights.
These early season races can always be very interesting, Cody. You usually see good car counts, you usually see good attendance, as not every track has opened up yet and everybody's itching to go early in the season. I'm sure that's a lot of excitement for you guys here this coming up weekend.
Yeah, equipment's still good to go and in check. Everyone's amped up and ready to get out of the garage. It's been a long winter, so you see a lot of cars out participating. Everybody's got their new equipment. So everybody's just a lot more excited at the beginning of the year. It just seems like everyone's just in a much better mood, in the first part of the season to kind of see what they have this year and bring out their new rides and show off what they got.
One thing I've always liked about Tyler County Speedway, Cody, is it seems like you guys are always willing to experiment a little bit every year with your schedule. It seems like it's never the same schedule twice. You're always trying something new, something exciting. This is a new concept for you guys this year, running on a Friday night. Tell us about your decision to go with that.
When we look at our schedule every year, we kind of go back on what works, what might not work, and the crowds are constantly changing. You just kind of got to stay ahead of the game. You got to do things differently. You got to try new things. If you want things to work, you just never know. So you've got to just mix it up a little bit and try to be new and fresh. We kind of recognize that in the area on Friday night this year, especially early in the year, with Elkin still not open yet, 250 still not open yet, I-77 switched to Friday, they're still not open yet. But just left the hole on Friday nights early in the year, where maybe you can switch over and do one show and kind of have a good car count, and there'll be people out wanting to go to the racetracks on a Friday night.
And of course, this is the first of many big races for you guys here in 2014. Tell us some highlights of your schedule.
The Top of 50 is always a great show for us. It's early in the year, and we always get a good car count, and everyone really is highly anticipated event on the schedule. This year it's the 20th anniversary for it, so we're looking forward to it. The overall schedule for Tyler, it's the 40th year for us in general, so just every event we're going to do something to kind of play off that 40 years, highlight it. It should be a great season. The NDRL comes in for the first time. It's a relatively new tour, and we're going to bring them in for our Earl Hill Memorial. And they've got names like Bloomquist and Moyer and Mars, so I mean, all those guys should be in to invade the bull ring, and it's been a while for Bloomquist to be here, so we're looking forward to having him back in the pit area.
That's great. And now let's switch gears to the Renegades of Dirt series. You guys already had a chance to get a couple races under your belt down in North Carolina, but this weekend they're calling it a homecoming of sorts, as it's the first chance to catch these guys around the Ohio Valley. I'm sure that's a big selling point of the race this weekend, and I'm sure you guys are excited for a great 2014 season.
Yeah, I think we're just excited to get started in this area. We've got 23 guys right now that are expected to be following us this year. We'll see how it all plays out, but 23 guys to follow any tour anywhere across the country it's pretty awesome. And so there's 23 talented guys, and you just never know. With only 20 spots in the feature, I mean, it just don't leave much room for error. And these guys are the best, and when they come in, they're going to be putting on quite the show to try to make the field and make the show each night. So you just know you're going to see an excellent race night in, night out with us. And it's really going to make for a highly anticipated season.
Absolutely. Well, Cody, thank you very much for your time. I know you guys are very busy getting ready for the race this week. Appreciate you coming on the show, and I look forward to talking to you again.
Absolutely. I want to thank you, Matt and Kyle, with the work you guys are doing with the show and OVDTR. You guys do excellent work. You're always at the local track supporting them, and we appreciate it very much. Appreciate what you guys are doing, and looking forward to great things for you this year.
Well, thank you, Cody. That certainly means a lot, and we're glad to be working with you and all the other tracks in the area here in 2014. That's Cody Watson from Tyler County Speedway and the Renegades of Dirt. A big show this Friday night. They're calling it Friday Night Lights, as both the Renegades of Dirt and the Fast Track Northeast Late Models will be in the house at the Bull Ring. Give them a look here on Friday night. Coming up on This Week in the Valley, we'll take a look at the weekly schedule, as there's plenty of great racing to go around this weekend. That's next. Ron's Auto Center in Chester Hill, Ohio is proud to support OVDTR.com. The next time your personal vehicle needs a pit stop, stop by Ron's for complete auto service. And when you're on your way to the races, stop in for a wide selection of deli meats, cheeses, pizza, subs, snacks, drinks, ice, and more. Ron's Auto Center, the one-stop shop for every race fan's needs, and a proud supporter of OVDTR.com. Welcome back to This Week in the Valley. We just talked with Cody Watson from Tyler County Speedway and the Renegades of Dirt, as they're set to put on a big race this weekend at Tyler County Speedway. Should be a great one on Friday night, but it's not the only big race on the docket this weekend. Here's a look at our weekly schedule. It's Friday Night Lights at Tyler County Speedway as the Renegades of Dirt race for $2,000 to win, and the Fast Track Northeast Late Models will be on hand for a $1,500 to win main event. The Ulm Series is back at Attica for a $2,000 to win show. Moeller Raceway Park is having a $1,500 to win late model special. Limaland has the NRA Sprint Invaders back once again. Lernerville and Midway will open up their seasons, and Jackson County Speedway, along with legendary Hilltop Speedway, will host regular shows. Then plenty of big races on Saturday as well. The USAC Sprints are back at Eldora Speedway once again. Hilltop Speedway hosts day number 2 of a Renegades of Dirt swing. This race, featuring a $3,000 to win main event, should draw a lot of good cars. Late models racing for $3,000 to win at Southern Ohio Speedway on Saturday night. Atomic Speedway hosts the Ohio Valley Sprint Car Association. The Fast Series is in the house at Fremont. Roaring Knob will host a special for Mod Lights, paying $500 to win, and a $150 mini wedge special on tap at Skyline. Deerfield and Princeton will host their season openers Saturday night. Sharon Speedway also set to kick off its season, and Ohio Valley and Pittsburgh will also run regular shows on a very busy Saturday of racing. Plenty of great races on the schedule this weekend. Hopefully you can make it out to see at least one of them live. Well, that's going to put a wrap on this week's edition of This Week in the Valley. So for our entire OVDTR staff, I'm Matt Newton. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the races.